Hey y'all, I just came to drop this word real quick, right? So in Matthew 22 and 14, it says, many are called, but few are chosen. And so then the questions arise like, okay, well, what am I called to? Or what am I called from? And who chose me? And what am I chosen to do? Let me just break it down real quick. In Matthew 22, the Bible talks about how the kingdom of heaven is like a big wedding banquet, right? Where everybody is invited, the good as well as the bad. And so how you show up to this wedding banquet determines whether or not God can trust you, whether or not you can be called, whether it exposes what's in your heart, the purity of it or the motive behind it, right? And so when God calls you, he calls you out of whatever you're in. He calls you in whatever situation or circumstance you find yourself in, whatever disposition you have. And so the misconception about what the Bible says for you to come as you are, he's not talking about clothes, he's talking about your motive. He's talking about your heart. He's talking about the purity in you. He's talking about every wicked thing. Come as you are, right? Come at every wicked thing that's in you, every generational curse, every bloodline inheritance. He's saying, come as you are so that I can deal with you, so that I can heal you, so that I can set you free. And so when many are called, but few are chosen, God told me just like this. He said it's like a phone interview. Right? When a job does a phone interview, they do it because they want to know if you're qualified or if you even have the capabilities before they move you to the next step. Before they waste their time and yours, they call and do a phone interview, right? And so God is saying that when he calls you, and then the call is multiple calls. It's he calls you whenever he needs you to choose you to do an assignment. But you being chosen is based upon your disposition when he comes to you. When he calls you out, whether you're hot or whether you're cold or whether you're lukewarm, the position in which you stand, that determines whether or not God chooses you. And then here's the thing about being chosen. Sometimes when you're chosen, it's not like for a great assignment. Sometimes God chooses you to suffer. Sometimes God chooses you to endure. Sometimes he chooses you to be abandoned and neglected and abused and mishandled. The Bible says that it is in our suffering that we know him, that we know about him. And so sometimes God chooses you to just suffer. He chooses you to endure. Why? Because there's something he is trying to birth in you. There's conditions that he's trying to shed off of you. He's trying to show you that it is his way and not your way. The Bible says whom he loves, he chastens. That means he chastises. That means he deals with harshly. So many people, that's why they don't want to follow him. You have to pay a price for the position of God that you want to stand in, that God requires you to stand in. It requires so much of you.